A cold December evening here at the Wonderland of Ice in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and no better way to start the winter than a varsity ice hockey matchup between the Darien Blue Wave and the Fairfield Prep Jesuits here in Bridgeport. Hello everybody, Dylan DeRiso alongside Will Johnson. Will, this past week we saw Darien defeat Northwest Catholic at home. Score was 4-3. That was a fun game to watch. And tonight we'll look first here at these starting lineups. We'll jump right into these starting lineups. Jonathan Naraki, Tyler Rakeen, Tommy Bronca. That line combined for 4 goals last game. Tommy Bronca and Rakeen were separated. They both had 2 apiece against Northwest Catholic. What do you see from that line today?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that line, their production, as well as Jonathan Naraki. Really talented first-year senior. Great skater, great handles. I'm really excited to see this line is going to produce a lot of goals today, I believe.
And then we've got a second line, Matthew Fisher, Bobby Whitaker, and Chris Davis. Fisher, we saw, had that nifty assist last game against Catholic. And I guess Coach Bud decided to bump him up and give him a little bit of a scrappy line there with Bobby Whitaker as well, the senior captain. What do you see there?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that line as well. Probably going to be their best forechecking line if I had to guess. And one thing I'm also noting is Elliot Lancaster and George Persinger both back in the third line. Lancaster on the offensive end and Persinger, the sophomore, on the defensive end. Both were out for 2 games. They are now back, going to provide some production for this Blue Wave team.
The Wave traveled down here to the Wonderland of Ice. The Jesuits 3-0 on the year. Their wins all in the FCAC, beating Greenwich 5-3, Ridgefield 4-1, and New Canaan 5-4 in overtime. That was last Friday at the Darien Ice House.
Yeah, and you know, Darien definitely watched that New Canaan game. Definitely put some, I wouldn't say fear in their eyes, but they're taking Prep very seriously. New Canaan always the rival of Darien. Seems that those 2 games they play each year are always very close, so Prep with that win definitely making a statement. I'm curious to see how Darien will respond. I think they got to get hot early, not let this Prep team intimidate them. Looking at them, they're 3-0, 3 great wins. Darien's got to get off to a hot start. And
especially Will with Prep's win against Ridgefield, last year's FCAC champions. They won that game 4-1. That was their biggest win of the year so far, a 3-goal differential there. So far a strong scoring Prep team too.
Definitely.
They've combined for 14 goals already in 3 games.
And Darien, we believe Finley Haggerty is going to get the start. I was talking to Quinn Creppin today at school, and he was telling me that he is probably not going to be getting the start today, so we believe it's going to be number 1, Finley Haggerty. Creppin with a solid outing, his last game against Northwest Catholic, but Haggerty, as you said, this Fairfield Prep offense is very strong, so we'll see how he faces them.
Coach Bud still testing out both the goalies. We're going to go down to the ice now for the starting lineups and the national anthem. We are ready to go at the Wonderland of Ice. And Will, you and I were both at the game last year when these two teams faced off. That game was at the Darien Ice House. Darien came out on top 2-0. You expect to see a different result today?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot higher scoring. I hope you hammer the over today, as I say, a lot, because this is both two very strong offenses. Darien just came off of a 4-goal performance. Could have been more, a couple missed opportunities, but for the most part, the offense looked great. On the Prep side, as we were just talking about, most of their games have been pretty high scoring, so I'm really excited to see a lot of offensive firepower coming from both these teams.
Pretty packed house here we have tonight.
Yeah, the
Fairfield
barn is
Prep
buzzing.
coming with a big section. Darien, a section of about, you can probably count them, looks to be 9.
Count them on our
9
hands.
Blue Wave faithful.
Yeah, loyal. James Tom and Doug Somerville with the Shiesty leading the way. Our Darien faithful. But the barn is buzzing on the Prep side.
Certainly a large crowd for the Jesuits, making the trip from all reaches of Fairfield County.
Prep student section already loud, trying to gather some momentum even before the puck is dropping. Maybe a little intimidation there. Darien kind of looks unfazed, as they should be.
And so, Will, we'll take another look at this roster here. And last game, it seemed that Coach Mac Budd was running 4 lines for Darien, or at least 3 lines, mixing in some of the 4th-line guys. You think we'll be seeing some more depth used today, especially with the return of Lancaster and Persinger?
I was going to touch on that as well. Aiden Elders is a player who got a lot of time, as well as James Troy and Samame. They were getting a lot of time last game, even dipping into the 5th line, getting Lee Crody sometimes. So even with Lancaster back, I'm sure the 4th line's going to get some time.
Down to center ice. We are underway at Wonderland. Prep will begin with the initial possession. That'll be taken back by Grafton Ely. Sent back into the zone, and Ely will chase it around. Ely taking a second, surveying, tried to find Bronca, and that'll be whistled for a quick icing call to start off this one. Just 17 seconds in, and we'll have our first face-off down in the Darien end. Hagerty in net. We are yet to see him. He played, I believe, against Hamden, had a 5-0 shutout in that one.
Yeah, I'm just going to be curious to see how he handles that first couple shots. If he can just see the puck well. As I was saying with Quinn Kreppen, you got to get into a groove as a goalie.
Certainly. Here's Rakeen now. He'll get that into the zone. Jonathan Naraki making a move. Naraki inside. That one sliding just by the left post.
A great move from Naraki. Just slipped wide.
Now turned up the other way by Huntington. Over to Carfey. He sends one down. That one off the back glass. Now Naraki looking up to Bronca. Darien will grab their first forward change of the game.
And on that pressure there, you can even just see Naraki's stick handling ability. Didn't have the greatest game last time for his standards, what I was talking about after the game, but he's a very skilled stick handler and shooter.
Prep looking to exit the zone. They do. Coming down now. Play made by Holland. Sent back into the zone by Gardner Ely, and we get a whistle out of play.
Yeah, that first rush from Darien, from Naraki, that's just a good start for the Wave. Even though they did not capitalize from a goal scoring perspective, they still were able to get a really good look on just wide. Put some pressure on Prep. Make sure they know Darien is not here to mess around.
Now a tie up on the draw. It'll be taken by McNicholas, Owen McNicholas. Hit against the boards, recovered behind by Baxey. Now a little back and forth. Over. Baxey with it. He'll continue to skate it, leaves it back, now across. That one hit off of Bobby Whitaker, and now along the boards. Once again, Prep just retaining possession behind. Darien steals it away. That's Gardner Ely. He finds Chris Davis, and now the Wave going down on a rush. Davis will rip a shot. That one flies high and over. Matthew Fisher avoiding a big hit along the boards. Now across the middle. Can it be kept in the zone by George Persinger? Yes, it can.
His first action back after the 2-game absence. Here's Russell Tarrant along with Charlie Schwinn. Charlie Schwinn on the 3rd line, surprisingly, but as we said, Coach Budd doesn't really take the lines by skill. It's more just chemistry, as Charlie Schwinn, one of the best players on this team.
And we saw him changing up the lines a lot last year, and I think that'll be a theme that we see continuing this year.
Yeah, and Schwinn and Mariska on the same line is something I like to see. Two really similar players in terms of their stick handling abilities, as there's a pass from one to another.
Here's Charlie Schwinn now. Schwinn rips a shot, kick save made, and taken away.
It's a great job on the forecheck there by Ellie Lancaster.
Now that'll go down. George Persinger turns it back up ice. Gets by Mariska. Schwinn trying to chase after it. He loses it. Bennett Walker with the puck now for the Jesuits. That one bounces against the net. He has to stop and recover, but he gets it back. Now Walker. Long looking up toward McKenna. This will get turned back by Asa Beach.
Yeah, and Aiden Elders and James Troy already in.
Oh, Elders was looking across. Nobody was home, though. That would have been a great opportunity.
The whole fourth line here already on, as we were talking about.
Mac Budd not afraid to reach into it. He has trust in his players. Prep with possession now.
And there's Elders making a play.
Hicks sends it up. Here goes Darien the other way. I have to look. It's James Troy who loses possession of the puck, and it's turned around behind the net by Wingate.
Aiden Elders with two great plays.
Trying to cut inside. Elders gets hit, so he'll go off. Now looking across, a shot from Troy. Beach the slapper. That one saved off to the side. Puck up, and they'll call that out of play.
That's a good take from Beach. You know he wants his first varsity goal. It was very close last week from getting one off a deflection, but there was a great rip there. As we'll take a look here, you see great pad save. And here comes Darien's first line back in. Really excited to see Jonathan Araki hopefully fire one on net, maybe put one in the back, as here he is.
Now making a move towards the inside. Bronca took a shot, hit off the back of the net, and it'll be going the other way. McCarthy gets it out, stopped by Holland, and he'll throw it back down into the zone. Recovered back behind Helinski. It's a great hit on Rakeen. Rakeen recovers high, shot just over the net. And he had the corner. That one just a little high. Here's Prep going the other way now. A rush for the Jesuits. Whistle blown. We've got a penalty. That'll be a high stick call.
Rakeen was looking for another goal. We saw he had two last week. Two great shots, one 5-hole and one on the far post. There he was going high, going for the top right corner. And you know what a great shooter he is. As we'll see now, Darien, their first opportunity in the power play. They're going to make some subs. Broncos now with Lancaster and Whitaker. You got Schwinn as the shooter, and Ely looking for the feed, which is one thing I love to see. Last year, Ely fed Schwinn for a one-timer goal in the playoffs.
Charlie Schwinn up top now, looking around, finds Ely. Ely rips a high wrister. That one save made by Heber. Now Whitaker along the boards. Back up to Ely, down to Whitaker. Bobby Whitaker stepping in, shot saved off to the side.
Really strong first couple 30 seconds or so of this power play.
Bronca behind the net. Leaves it up for Whitaker.
Now
Bobby Whitaker back to Ely. Ely had to handle it, moves it over to Schwinn. Schwinn leaves it back, nobody home. They want a call. No call will be made.
Bronco was tangled up behind the net there.
Tommy Bronco recovers it again. Now looking for Whitaker on the backside. He wasn't able to get on it, and Prep's going to go the other way. That one slips by Ely. Here's McNicholas on a breakaway. Owen McNicholas, save made by Finley Haggerty for the Wave, and that's a solid confidence-boosting save to start it off.
Yeah, how about that for a first test? Short-handed breakaway, and Haggerty just stuck out that left pad. Made a really strong first save.
Here's Chris Davis, Darien's second-line power play on the ice now. Davis will carry it in, take his time, looks back to Schwinn. Schwinn stepping in, slap shot, deflected off Mariska, went away from the net though. Now puck going around, back gets by Schwinn. Ely will have to pursue it, and Prep will grab a couple changes. Ely up the glass, going the other way, stopped, and turned around again. 28 seconds to go on the power play. Will Darien get anything else going? Chris Davis down along the boards, up to Asa Beach. Beach the wrister, glove save made by James Heber, and we've got ourselves a whistle.
That's a great take from Asa Beach. He had Mariska in front of the net looking for a redirect. If he's able to get a stick on that, that could easily have been batted down. changing the flight of that puck. That could have been, that was a really good shot, per se, by Asa Beach.
Prep will win back the face-off. Woodward takes it behind. Chris Davis coming up to play him. Davis comes out with it. Now Davis surveying, tried to look inside, nobody home. Puck got stopped as well by Wingate. Now Mariska comes out. Mariska's pass can't get away. And that'll go all the way down, and that'll finish off the power play as we get an icing call.
Yeah, they were just trying to clear that out. You know, there's no icing on a power play, but unfortunately for Prep, the penalty had just winded down enough. So now face-off is going to be in their zone.
8:38 to go in the first period of play, and gotta say that was a pretty good kill for the Jesuits.
It was a good kill. Darien got a couple good looks. You know, Prep stayed strong on defense as now Darien dipping into the fourth line again completely. As we saw Samame last week, a fourth liner, got 2 good looks on net, so we'll see how they do here.
Elders wins it back to Holland, who takes a slap shot that goes wide left. Now Ely has to recover it. Ely's shot goes down to Heber, and he almost slipped by him, it seemed. He held onto it, though, and that'll be no problem for Prep.
Yeah, that's one of those that looks so easy. Can be deceiving, as we'll take a look here, just waiting for a possible deflection or redirect, and it just stayed on its path, and Heber did a good job reacting to it, but he almost might have thought that went in. He turned around and got stuck under his pad.
Now Prep fighting to get it out of the zone. They finally do. Hanging back was Baxiu, almost gets through. Grafton Ely made a nice defensive play and a good stop. Now a slap shot. That one flies wide. Woodward recovers. Prep will restart another offensive transition.
I think that hit the net.
That did hit the net. That'll be called for out of play.
That was a late whistle for sure. I think his other referee was telling him that hit the net, which it did. So now it's going to be a center ice face-off. But both teams have had a couple great looks. You know, Prep on that breakaway. There, that one-timer slap shot just was high and wide to the left. And now on is this Darien second line with Fish, Bobby Whitaker, and Chris Davis.
Prep in transition. Persinger has to go back and chase after it. Persinger pinned against the boards.
Not the biggest guy, but he's able to hold his own there.
Looking to get it out. Prep comes out with it. Here's Reynolds behind. Looks over to McCarthy. Avoiding a hit along the boards from Tarrant. Still fighting over the puck. Whitaker gets tripped up, gets out with it. Davis up to Fisher. Fisher loses possession, still brings it into the zone. He goes down, and Prep will steal it away. Helinski now. Never mind that. Finds Tarrant up to Fish.
It's a good touch.
Darien will have to put some pressure on.
Now they got some fresh legs. So good job by Fish, set up that touch.
Cutting across, a nice little transitional move. Unfortunately, no one was on offense for the Jesuits, so Holland's able to recover no problem, turn things around. Lancaster's pass a little bit behind. Here's Mariska.
Look at his handles.
The freshman down into the zone, chasing after Woodward. Woodward up off the glass, got a bad bounce. They still get it out, though, and here goes Prep the other way. McKenna, never mind. Holland once again. And a lot of back and forth we're seeing in the neutral zone.
Definitely.
That one out in front, loose.
That's dangerous, and now it's going the other way.
Prep gets rid of it. Now in a rush down the other end. Whistle blown, offsides called as Matthew DeLuca was a little bit too antsy, the sophomore, and we'll get ourselves a face-off in the neutral zone.
Yeah, really sloppy play in the past couple minutes. We've seen back and forth, and that's going to take a toll. We'll probably see them dip into that third and fourth line a lot, just getting those fresh legs, because going back and forth like that definitely takes a toll on you. Hockey's a tiring sport. Skating back and forth takes a lot out of you.
Viggles down into the zone. Gardner Ely looks up. Ely once again. Darien first offensive line back out on the ice. Rakeen will go after that. Chips
Good
it up.
hit.
Eats that hit, sends the other player down. Now Naraki in the corner dangling around. Jonathan Naraki looking up to Gardner Ely. Back to Naraki. Naraki lost it. Now Prep's going the other way. Never mind, that pass gets by him. Asa Beach down into the zone.
And Asa Beach is just so good at just dumping the puck in the zone and setting up a forecheck. Really strong. He's very, very good at that. He's always been doing that since his sophomore year.
Little hit against the boards from Bronca. Backhander into the zone. Beach will go after it. Beach, Ely, Bronca off the skate of Bronca. Gets deflected, so no ice called. Believe that might have been deflected off of Bronca's skate behind the line. Unsure, though. Now cuts back. Bronca hitting him against the boards. Kept in by Asa Beach. Samame sends it down. Whistle blown. They call the offsides. And we will get another stoppage.
And here again comes that fourth line. The third or fourth time we've seen them this period. So it seems like Bud's going to be rotating 4 lines tonight for the most part, relatively evenly, which is going to be interesting to see if any of those younger guys can step up. James Troy, Aiden Elders, and Gavin Samame.
Now back in the zone, Prep possessing, turning it up the other way. Beach off the boards, doesn't get through. Beach will skate it now. That's not something you see too often. Troy and Beach. Asa Beach with a shot glove save made by Heber.
Yeah, a little weak shot from Asa there. His sister Natalie Beach got a faster shot than that. One of the star players for the girls varsity hockey team.
The star player,
yeah,
as
a freshman as well.
Sophomore now.
As a freshman last year, she was one of the star players. This year a sophomore. Excuse me.
Indeed. Face off in the Prep zone. One back by the Jesuits. Skated across by Wingate. Now turned around by Matthew Fisher.
He's a good feeder.
Fisher on his backhand, loses it. And now Prep will head the other way. Never mind, Chris Davis sneakily in there to get the puck back. Finds Davis. Now he'll take his time, be patient, rips a shot up. That one way off into the corner. It might have been more of a dump.
He's got Fish on the backside.
Now Whitaker down to Matthew Fisher. Stolen away by Wingate. Looking up ice. Russell Tarrant right back down. Can they keep it in the zone? No, they cannot. Prep gets it out. Whitaker once again down into the corner, and this is just a great dump and chase job by Darien. They get a full house change, but Prep's going to be in transition the other way. Here's William Huntington.
Look how Mariska's laying the body.
Mariska down. Finds Schwind. He'll keep chasing after it. Schwind is quick. What can he make of this? Cuts back. Looking across. Had Lancaster in front, but the puck was tipped. Now Schwind, you can see him with his head up. Great vision. Elliot Lancaster back. Gardner Ely cutting across. Stolen away. Prep gets it out. That'll go down. No ice, though. Holland is close enough.
He's got Schwind if he can fire it. Sees him soon.
Tommy Holland finds Schwind. That deflected off his stick up and out of play. Will, we've got some short glass here.
Definitely.
That definitely causes for more out of play pucks.
For sure. The glass, as you said, is very short, so every time it is chipped up, normally that would have gone as a perfect, chip and dump into the zone. Unfortunately, went off the netting there. Now Darien's gonna have to go for a change as Rakeen, Naraki, and Bronca, the first line, still haven't generated much as there's a sloppy pass from Holland.
Bronca up the other way. Found Naraki. Didn't have soft hands, though. Rakeen into the zone. Bronca will go down to do the muscle work behind the net. Instead, Prep will steal it away. It's a Shragi.
Such a good forecheck.
Now looking across, nobody home once again. Bronca behind, taken away. Still a battle for it. Naraki looking, Bronca back to Naraki, he got hit. Here's Holland now, Holland a shot and a goal! Tommy Holland, the defenseman, netting his first of the year.
And that all starts with Naraki and Tommy Bronca, as well as Tyler Rakeen, applying that pressure on the forecheck. So take a look here. Naraki takes the body, Timmer takes the puck, makes one move, goes top left. Great finish there from the junior.
First goal on the season, 5th in his career. And the junior defenseman netting the first one in this game with just under 3 minutes to go in the first period of play.
And that's a defenseman, Tommy Holland, but he's got great stick handling ability, as we saw there. Just made one quick move and it was wraps.
Now back at center ice. Darien with some momentum here. Their small section has grown a little bit, just a little bit. And this will be won back by Fairfield Prep. Little give and go Now cutting across, moving towards the inside. Mariska will take it. Deciding to chip it up and over. Mariska gets back on it. Mariska's shot gets ripped and tipped wide.
Bars.
Ely's going to come down to play this. Can Schwinn get it back in? No, puck gets caught up. Prep gets it out. Carfey down into the zone. That'll go behind. McNicholas was quick to it. A shot came across from Baxi. That one got deflected.
Yeah, good soak there from Asa Beach. Put his body in front of it.
Grafton Ely, Charlie Schwind.
Here's
Mariska.
Exactly who you want on a fast break.
Through the legs, little nutmeg action. Now in front, a shot from Lancaster, that one wide.
As I was just saying, silky
Lancaster
mitts.
eating a hit as well.
Silky mitts.
Puck up in the air, gets away, and here goes Prep the other way. Blake Baxi now with a chance on the rush. Great defensive play by Tommy Holland, though, to prevent the breakaway, and it'll be turned the other way.
And they got numbers if they can get it.
Bronca and Naraki leaving it out for Holland. Holland wasn't fast enough to it.
Definitely.
Rakeen comes up, and now Ely's alone on defense. 2-on-1 situation.
All these
Baxi
breakaways.
over. That one loose from Donnelly and in the corner.
Both teams with 2-on-1s not played well as Naraki and Bronca got tangled up.
And you know, there was a lot of passing on that Darien 2-on-1, but sometimes you just got to shoot the puck, try to put it away, get a rebound.
Everyone trying to be a little too unselfish there. There's so much transition play we've seen here. These guys got to be gassed.
That first line still on the ice right now. They've been getting plenty of time today. Hagerty will cover it with a minute to go. And Darien will get a change, as will Prep.
Yeah, much needed change as both those lines back and forth for breakaways. As Bronca the lefty and Naraki the righty, they were just on the wrong sides as Naraki was trying to get to his strong hand on that left side of the ice for a 1T. Not able to as Bronca was carrying it to his backhand.
Prep winning the face-off. McCarthy around. Now Huntington back behind with it. Back to McCarthy. Carrying into the corner with Reynolds. Ely takes it away. Kept into the zone, though. Now Risser from the outside. Routine save by Hagerty.
Yeah, Hagerty has definitely done his job, but as is the Darien defense. You know, besides those breakaways in transition, the defensemen have done their job for the most part. Asa Beach, Grafton Ely, Tommy Holland, and Gardner Ely, as well as Persinger and Tarrant. They just haven't had a ton of opportunities just go well. The puck is in the zone on offense.
Now a slap shot from up top. Bennett Walker had that one. It flew wide. Whitaker in the corner. Elders looking up. Samame now in pursuit. McCarthy the other way. Reynolds trying to carry down. Swarm of defensemen were there. Asa Beach up off the glass. That one through all the way down. Icing call? Yes, there is. And with 15 seconds to go, we'll have a face-off down in the Darien end, and this might be the last one of the period. We'll see if Prep can do anything with it, though. 15 seconds, certainly a lot of time offensively.
Definitely enough time, and even enough time for Darien to win a face-off and just set up a quick rush. Both teams definitely, you know, with the amount of breakaways and transition play we've seen, nothing's, you know, nothing, you can't count them out for another rush.
Face-off, one back. Woodward from up top, wrist shot inside, glove save made by Hagerty, making that one look easy.
As you just said, making that one look routine. Just a low wrister from the high slot. Not exactly the best shot, maybe looking for a redirect as this one's going to be sent into the corner.
Now looking across towards a backside save made Hagerty. Ely will send that down. And they call it. That'll be the end of the period, though. How about that? Finley Hagerty putting on a show early on. Yeah, a few high-pressure saves.
What a huge save there is. That's the hardest save to make in hockey. The one-timer cross ice when you're out of position. And he just stretched out. As we'll take a look there, you see that blocker and pad combo, just stretching it out, putting his body out there. And that keeps it a 1-0 game. Huge play there.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be back for the second period in a few moments on the DAF Media Network.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and they offered to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes.
That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
Financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Back live for the second period of play here at the Wonderland of Ice. Dylan DeRiso, Will Johnson. Will, our score after 1-0 in favor of the Wave. And Darien wasn't getting a lot of defensive action as far as shots go, but Finley Hagerty late in the period made a few acrobatic saves, would be the best way I would say to describe them.
Yeah, he definitely stepped up at the end. I was telling you, the first couple as a goalie in this big of a game, it's definitely his biggest game so far. His first test, as you'd say.
Yep.
And he's really just he's proven he's capable. And now that he's seen the puck well, we saw last game Quinn Kreppen let in early 2 goals, and after he started making a couple saves, really started to click. So Hagerty, I don't want to jinx him, but
yep.
He definitely looks good so far.
Face-off one back by Prep. Darien will put some aggression on that one, up and out of play immediately. A number of out-of-play pucks
I hate these nets. I'm not going to lie. I hate these nets. The boards are so short. The glass is really short. A lot of stoppages. Just makes the game longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's late night. We're far from home. Everyone wants to see hockey.
Rakeen wins it. Bronca, Ely, Grafton Ely the shot. That one gets stopped short of the net and turned up ice the other way. Can they get something going? No, they cannot. Jonathan Naraki putting some pressure on.
This is where they succeed a lot in this forecheck. They thrive.
Naraki puts pressure on. Prep up the other way. Now down into the zone. Ely's there. Passes it to himself with his hand and will carry it down. Around, nifty pass from Bronca. That'll go the other way though for Prep. They just have to dump and Darien recovers. Well, we've seen a lot of Prep dumping and the Darien defense recovering and turning things around. Not a lot of sustained possessions yet for the Jesuits.
Yeah, and here's one of them right now. He can throw it behind.
Now an opportunity. Beach gets rid of it.
I think he had McNicholas on the backside. If he turned his head, didn't try to throw that no-look backhander, McNicholas was open for a one-timer.
Gardner Ely, that one gets by Matthew Fisher. Icing call.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages. We've seen a lot of neutral zone play. I think both these teams, hopefully making some adjustments because a lot of this neutral zone play has not generated a ton of scoring opportunities besides fast breaks. So I think what both teams need to do is kind of just slow down a little bit, set up your offense. Stop trying. It's very tiring. Also, keep pushing the puck in transition. You got to just set up an offense. We'll see if Prep can do it here.
Now around behind the net, it's McCarthy. He'll look towards the middle. That one gets caught up. So battle for it. Reynolds dangling his way away with it. Can he get it away fully? Not quite. Instead, it's Huntington down behind the net. Reynolds hit by Holland.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Now across. Here's a shot. Save made by Hagerty.
I think ref's arm went up. Might have been a hook. I think that Prep's going to go on the power play. Indeed, it was a hook.
Rather a hook than a goal.
Yeah,
is what Darien would want.
I think he
in that
caught
situation.
Just caught him under the glove. It's probably gonna. I believe that's gonna be on Gardner Ely.
So Prep will have their first man advantage of the night. Face off one. Now a shot up over off the glass behind. They retain it though. Woodward taking his time. Little one and back. Now back down again.
We want to apologize. We had some technical difficulties, but we're all good now. As there's
inside a shot saved by Hagerty. I'm not sure what the technical difficulties are. We don't have a screen in front of us here.
We're just calling it how we see it. Dame Dalla telling me what to do. Shout out Damian Andrew. Runs this whole thing. The advisor for DAF Media, getting us all set up
Done
for
a great
the folks
job.
at home. All the homies at home love Dame Dalla.
Asa Beach taking it away. Dumping that all the way down, running some clock off of the power play. Prep behind. Turning it up ice. Baxey. Blake Baxey will skate. Baxey towards the inside, gets through. Great play made by Hagerty. Whistle blown. It'll be a 5-on-3 now in favor of the Jesuits. Grafton Ely is going to go have a talk.
Yeah, I don't like the call either. As neither
with
does
the official.
Grafton. I didn't like that call. As we'll take a look here. Didn't get a great look, but so it's going to be a 5-on-3. Now Haggerty, as I said, he was
another
tested.
Hook call.
Yeah, another hook as both the Ely brothers putting the wave down, down 2 men. And if you're Prep here, you gotta capitalize at least once, because Darien's defense is composed of just Bobby Whitaker, Tommy Holland, and Asa Beach right now.
3 vets to try to save them from what could be a detrimental situation as they get the puck out immediately.
And a lot of this is going to fall on Bobby Whitaker, because he's the only forward in, and he's going to have to stop, put a lot of pressure on the forecheck and just slow it down, as keeping them behind the net.
And you can see usually when it's a normal 5-on-4, Darien would send at least one forechecker down.
Yeah, you can on a 5-on-3.
Whitaker being a lot more conservative. Prep will have a lot of space to move the puck. Now stepping up, looking backside, tipped off the stick of Beach.
And you can see they're giving up the high slot wrist shots right here.
Now a high one up off the crossbar and out of play.
And you have to give that shot up on a 5-on-3. Really unfortunate for the Wave, but when there's that many shooters open on the backside, you'd rather give up an open wrist shot and put a couple sticks in the lane trying to get it out than leaving someone open and just a wide open one-timer where Haggerty can't get to that side fast enough. So really tough situation. If they can kill the next 32 seconds, I believe, that says, then they'll be in better shape. And that's how you want to start it.
Darien gets it out immediately. So far, a solid job. Now Rakeen is in, as well as Tarrant. Asa Beach still on the ice for the kill.
Yeah, Prep taking a lot of time here.
Baxi headed down now. He'll leave it back. Murphy skating. Murphy possessing. Back up to Baxi, now up top. Woodward. Baxi.
Great job by Russell Tarrant.
Good puck movement. They haven't found Polinsky on the backside yet. Rakeen gets in the way, and that runs off the first.
That's a really smart play by Rakeen. He could have tried to get around him and set up a breakaway, but he knows that they're in a 5-on-3, and you just got to kill off that first one as they do. And
Beach gets it out. 30 seconds to go.
This would be a really good kill if they could kill this 5-on-3.
And other than that one shot up off the crossbar so far, Darien's doing a pretty solid job. Here goes Prep, though. They want to change that. Baxi with it. Makes a move towards the inside. Backhander backside, and they finish. That's a goal for the Jesuits, and Fairfield Prep ties it up.
And that's all because of Baxi there, dangling all those stick handles. We'll take a look here. That's just phenomenal stick handling from Baxi here.
Don't know if we got the best look on it.
Here's the best look we're going to get here. A couple stick handles. Starts with that one toe drag, getting Holland out of position. There's another one to his backhand, getting Tarrant. And then first shot initially, no, but shoves it under that left pad. But that's what happens when you start a 5-on-3 and then to a 5-on-4, you got gassed legs as here's Mariska hoping to put one on the board for the Wave.
Zachary McCarthy will be credited with that goal for the Jesuits, and all of a sudden they've got some momentum back as here they go on a 3-on-2. Hicks carrying it down, looking across the middle, couldn't finish it off, and Darien going the other way.
These are their two best stick handlers right here, Schwinn and Mariska.
Mariska coming down, Mariska, Schwinn backside, nobody there. Or Schwinn was there, he wasn't there to finish it though. Schwinn cutting back, slipping off the hit. You can see him. It's so tough to see where he's going. Schwinn is so shifty on the ice.
Yeah, he can really stop on a dime.
George Persinger. Holland, back to Persinger, now up to Mariska. Cuts inside, nice little move. Holland wanted it, Mariska still, his shot up and out of play.
Seems like every time he's on the ice, he's making something happen. They're really speedy, quick freshmen with those nice mitts, always dangling, going back and forth, avoiding a hit. And you see there, did a great job setting up Schwinn, but Schwinn was not able to finish. Well defended. As here's a chance
now
for Holland.
Across the middle.
Excuse me.
Troy on the backside. Samame, nice backhander. Asa Beach inside, save made Heber. Asa Beach still seeking that first career goal. Can Darien keep it in? Yes, they can. Troy across middle, goal. That's Gavin Samame.
How about that fourth line? I was just telling you about it, Dylan.
The sophomore sticks his first career goal, his first goal on the season, and that just goes to show, credit to Mac Budd, the trust that he has in that fourth line. It pays off. Samame nets that one, and the Wave are up 2-1.
And I believe that was fed to him by freshman James Troy, another fourth liner behind the net. I was telling you earlier, I was excited to see how that fourth line would fare in such a big game like this. And how about that? Freshman to sophomore, fourth liners, what a play.
The youth stepping up big for the Wave, and that gives them the momentum back. Now Rakeen coming across, finds Ely in the middle. Ely skates away with it, back to Rakeen, that one out of his reach.
We just got confirmation that was assisted by James Troy, so great job from him.
Here's Zachary McCarthy coming down, he's got a goal. McCarthy looking to stuff it, nobody there. Puck escapes the zone. Naraki's gonna go down on the forecheck though. That ends up on Grafton Ely's stick, never mind, it's McCarthy once again. McCarthy up looking for that far corner. Couldn't stick it though.
And that was there too. There's another turnover.
Now back in, here's a chance to tie up. Was that out of play? No, it was not. It looked like it from our angle. Gets out of the zone though. Darien fighting to get rid of it. Prep fighting to keep it in. A hail of shots from the Jesuits. Now leaves it back. Whitaker cuts inside. Bobby Whitaker. Out for Blanco. Whitaker goes down. I believe we're going to have a Darien power play. If that wasn't offsides, I think that actually might have been offsides. Yes, that was.
I think it might be another hook, though. I think he might have got him. Or tripping, possibly. Nope. No, they're not going to let that. They're going to let that go. Whitaker got tripped there. They're going to let that play, though.
Now leaves it out. Down into the zone. Icing, quick call. We'll have a face-off on the Fairfield Prep end of the ice.
One thing I've noticed with Darien in the two games that we've called is that they seem to, when a team scores, they really don't let it get to them and don't let the momentum drive them. As last game against Northwest Catholic, there was a goal for Northwest Catholic, and Darien responded immediately with a punch of their own, quick goal, and that's one thing that's really strong about this team. Just not letting them catch momentum after a quick goal. As here's Lee Crody's first action of the game, a fifth liner, so Mac Budd really dipping into the depth chart.
Prep will take it away. Now here they go in transition, cuts back, stolen away by Holland. Gardner Ely will have to chase after it behind. McNicholas was there. Back for Baxi. Now up top, he loses it. Lee Crody up to Davis. That one off the stick of Davis. He'll go to the bench, get a change. Now Charlie Schwinn coming down for the forecheck.
That's a great hit from Whitaker. Good job, and that's a great job by Chris Davis to set up this forecheck. Just get a stick on it.
Now here goes Prep towards the inside. Nice hit out in front. Puck still loose. Can they get a shot? No goal.
And the net, I think, came off of its
It did. The
crease.
net came off.
And the Prep student section doesn't like it. And I got to be honest, from what I saw, I didn't like it either. That might have had a chance to go in. Initially was stopped by Haggerty, and they might have had a chance to put that one in. But the net came off its crease. I don't know about that one.
Hicks and Lancaster on the draw. One back by Hicks.
Great
Here's
job.
Mariska, though. Doesn't take him long to do something.
Yeah, caught him lacking there. He was not looking, and Mariska picked his pocket.
Now Mariska. Back for Schwind. Charlie Schwind and Jack Mariska both have pretty similar styles of play. As he goes down, that'll be a penalty called on Mariska, either a cross-check or a boarding call.
And Prep player down.
Seemed, not sure who that Prep player is, but seemed like he slipped down. Mariska's arguing it.
Yeah, Mariska, not the biggest kid at all. So, I mean, if he laid the hammer that hard, just props to him, or just if the player slipped. But I think that's definitely a big momentum shift, even though there's a penalty, as the Darien student section very rowdy after such a small player, the freshman.
That was Connor Reed, the senior that went down.
Yeah, so Mariska just laying the boom on a senior there, shoulder to shoulder. But they're going to call boarding.
And Mariska, the young, energetic freshman, had some words for the ref after that one. Assistant coach Pat Gore said, just go to the bench, accept the call, and move on with it. Mariska, though, he got on the ice, got Darien in transition immediately.
Seems like that's just what he does. Just such a quick, he's very good at dipping under those big hits. And was see there, that was kind of uncharacteristic. You know, he can definitely lay the hit, but I don't know if he can knock someone down like that.
Now Prep with a chance. Ely on the boards. Huntington. Grafton Ely trying to get the backhander out of the zone. He could not. That one popped up and out. As Elders goes down, he'll get the call.
And
Mac Budd making sure Aiden Elders keeps his cool after Gregory Holinsky for Prep. Give him an extra little push.
Yeah, now we're going 4-on-4 there, so
this is where things get interesting now.
Definitely more offense, because you know obviously a 4-on-4 is better than a 5-on-5 for both teams. Is not as much to there's more to, just not as much to more to defend on the defensive end for sure. There's Naraki there with Taryn Holland and Rakeen. I like Naraki and Rakeen, two of their best offensive players, both first liners.
As Prep's going to have a go here. Carfy took it down. Rakeen will start it behind the net, finds Naraki, who loses it to Colin Woodward. Now a battle for it. Baxi.
That's a smart play.
Will carry it out of the zone, something you see characteristic.
A good poke check there from Naraki.
Holland trying to get it. He couldn't get on top of it. Here goes Prep. Blake Baxi now across.
Not the guy you want shooting.
Shot, save Hagerty.
Yeah, if you're Darien.
Right down the middle.
Baxi's just got tremendous stick handling, and good shot as we saw there. He went backhand to forehand. Great move around Taryn and just let one fly from the high slot and didn't get enough on it. Just threw it at Hagerty's chest. That's an easy save for him, but you don't want to let Baxi get free because he can make moves and he can definitely finish the puck.
Persinger. Now 3-on-2 in Darien's favor. Persinger. That one just goes down to Heber.
Oh, and
they
a late
get into
hit.
it afterwards. I believe that is McKenna for
Oh, and Schwinn goes down
Prep.
too.
Some pushing and shoving
Oh, and
now.
Lancaster
came in with the late hit. That is just not smart on Elliot Lancaster's part.
Got to keep your cool there.
Players still getting into it. Elliot Lancaster, that's just not the smart play, flying in like that.
Yeah, some of them still jawing at each other. A lot of bad blood. I think that's all just good hockey until Lancaster came in with just, you know, full wind up cross check.
It all started from George Persinger poking at James Heber's glove a little bit after he covered the puck.
Probably the smallest guy on this team.
And Max McKenna came over. Pushed Persinger a little bit, and then after that, things got into it. And you know, you expect to see that often, but then Elliot Lancaster with the late hit, that one uncalled for. Now it appears we've got
discussion, definitely. I mean,
a lot of players in the boxes.
I like them standing up for the small guy, George Persinger, but you know, when you take a full skate in like that and go for the cross check, you know, people aren't going to like that. And it's just not the smartest move. Darien, you got to stay out of the penalty box. You got to know this is a big game, and I know emotions are running high, and you want to, you know, Elliot definitely had the right intention there, trying to stand up for the little guy, but it's not smart in terms of letting your emotions take over and just going at someone like that. Student sections jawing at each other. Doug Somerville, when the shystie's on, he's in his bag, ready to talk to anyone.
Doug Somerville wants to hear it from the massive Prep student section.
Student section's what we're talking about right now.
And while the refs are
discussing, we got
talking to the coaches, we got to keep it interesting here. And
yeah,
it's fun watching these two student sections yelling at each other like this. You can see the little Darien student section, David and Goliath here. Kane Cipoletti in on the action too, pushing Doug Somerville back.
We're commentating
Keeping
the game,
check.
and we're commentating the beef going on outside the game right now.
That's what happens when you get long breaks. We don't want to go to commercial.
We don't have commercials really here, mostly on the DAF Media Network, so
just in between periods.
We'll keep you updated if any punches are thrown. That's all we're saying. Hopefully not, though. Making that clear. And then we'll see 2 minutes put on the board. So now we're back to hockey. Elliot Lancaster is going to be sent to the box for that late hit. As I said, right intention, but got to be smarter than that.
Looks like 3 Prep players are in the box. There are 2. Looks like we've got 3 penalties up on the board. 1 for Prep, 2 for Darien. So we'll see a 4-on-3 now in favor of the Jesuits. That'll be for 48 seconds.
I mean, that's the right call. I think that was all good hockey. Got a little rough at the end, but Lancaster, that start. And you see it's still chippy. And I love this now because now it's just on the ice. And as long as they're keeping it smart and keeping it hockey, hockey's a contact sport. So I like to see both teams. A little trash talk here and there is all right.
Darien's going to need to get the puck out of the zone now. 4-on-3 in Prep's favor is something you want to watch out for. We will certainly see multiple shots if Prep plays this correctly. McNicholas with it behind. He'll move it up. Woodward over.
It's a great look.
Now on the backside. That one eaten up by Bobby Whitaker.
It's good Boyle.
McCarthy with it. Pressured by Ely. Prep, a lot of space to move the puck.
Yeah,
Beach coming out, putting some pressure on.
4-on-3 is dangerous.
McNicholas handles.
Gonna watch that backside.
Leaves it back. Here's Vigols. Now a shot. That one, he didn't get all of it. Colin Woodward, the senior defenseman.
And Darien's penalty's been killed. Now it's a 4-on-4.
Prep still with chances here. Here's Vigols. Back up top. Woodward. Down to McCarthy. McCarthy over. McNicholas. Back to McCarthy. Once again, leaving it back. Now we've got a 5-on-4 in favor of the Jesuits. Woodward with a shot.
Good soak.
Off of Rakeen. Save made Hagerty. Puck off into the corner. Whitaker fighting for it behind.
Darien's got to get this out.
Yet to get it out. I'm sure these players are exhausted. Whitaker goes for the hit. They come away with the puck.
Whitaker's got to be exhausted.
Now on the backside, Woodward steps up. Deflected in the air off the stick of Asa Beach and out of play.
Whitaker's hype. You saw him go up to Asa Beach. Definitely, Whitaker need to get off. You saw he was getting pretty gassed there at the end, and now Darien's going to get a full change as expected. Back in comes that fourth line. Aiden Elders and Samame coming in. I'm sure that once the penalty releases, I'm hoping to see Troy come in.
Gardner Ely and Tommy Holland on the ice as well now defensively for the Wave. 5-on-4 for the Jesuits, 20 seconds. Can Darien get out of this pickle? Now behind the net, looking in front. That one stayed back.
Did you say pickles?
Now Prep carrying. Holland. Can he fight it away? No, he cannot.
Uh-oh. This might
hit
get
there
chippy.
from Holland. Now a push from behind. Things are getting chippy here. Slap shot from up top. Save made by Hagerty. We're back even 5-on-5. If I didn't mention it yet. Sent around by Ely. Can Samame get there first? Samame eating that hit. Stays on his feet.
Yeah, bodies.
Solid job from the sophomore who's got a goal this game.
This is a UFC octagon right now.
Gardner Ely loses his stick. Samame gets hit against the boards again. Whistle blown. We'll see the calls for here.
And that's going to be
blood
boarding.
Is boiling on both sides.
That's clearly boarding on Brendan Murphy, the forward.
Might be a slash, actually.
Could be either, honestly, as Samame took a hit from behind into the boards. Darien student section happy as this has just turned into a real, you know, people throwing bodies, sticks are on the ground, bodies are on the ground.
We'll see how that affects this game. No shortage of power plays.
Yeah, and that's why you're probably see a lot of that fourth line still, because everyone's getting bruised and beaten up. So Darien finally in the power play. Seems like that was in their zone forever.
Whitaker up to Ely. Back to Whitaker. Darien on the power play. Bronco with it behind. Looks up. Mariska's shot gets caught up. Ely was there, though, to recover it. Now he finds Schwind, Charlie Schwind.
see as good as stick handling is. It's a good move from Whitaker.
Whitaker makes a move. Whitaker to carry behind. Whitaker across the middle. He had Mariska. Mariska couldn't get the shot off. Now Mariska is still trying to do some stuff.
What a pass.
Finds Schwind on the backside. That shot got stopped short of the net. And Prep's able to clear it. Ely saw that coming, though. He was back for it. Mariska back into the zone for the Wave.
He's getting held there.
Mariska held up against the boards. 5-on-3 for the Wave now. They'll get that for a 101.
Yeah, this is just frustration, as I believe that's going to go on Connor Reed, and that's the player that was down after the hit from Mariska. Maybe a little bad blood going there.
Hit from Persinger, both short players.
No, Mariska was the one to hit him in the boards. I don't know. There's bodies flying everywhere. We can't keep track at this point.
I think you might be correct, actually.
Yeah.
Persinger initiated the big fight by hitting Heber's glove. A lot going on.
Yeah, we can't even keep track. Everyone's just laying bodies. Mariska's still on the ice. He's been on for a full minute and change. So
we'll
Darien
see
on
how
the 5
Darien
on 3,
handles
yeah.
this 5-on-3 now.
And the best way to do your trash talk is on the scoreboard. So see if they can set something up here on their own 5-on-3, as Prep could not.
Bobby Whitaker will dump that down. Finds Charlie Schwind on the far side. Now over to Ely.
Good look.
Oh, he was trying to find Tommy Bronca. That pass just a little too hot.
Yeah, Ely's such a good feeder from that high slot.
Schwind, Ely back to Schwind. He'll take a wrister high blocker save made. Rebound. Where is it? It's covered up. Great save made by James Heber, reacting with the blocker and then getting down and covering that puck up.
Yeah, and I really like this move from Mac Budd. This power play unit has been on for a minute and 37 seconds, and he's going to keep them on because Mariska and Schwind, probably your two of your best shooters, maybe Naraki and Rakeen, that conversation, and then Ely's probably your best feeder from up top, so I love that.
Here's Ely, slap shot. Oh, that one wide. That was a heater. Here's Schwind, cuts back, avoids the hit. Ely wants it again. Instead, he'll throw it to Whitaker. Bobby Whitaker looking inside. That's in. Jack Mariska puts the Wave up 2 goals, and Darien converts the 5-on-3.
How about the freshman Jack Mariska drawing the penalty and then finishing the goal? I think that Bobby threw it on net. Mariska might have I think he got the stick on it.
We have lost our instant replay capabilities at the moment.
Dylan and I got it for you. Bobby threw it on net. Mariska was there to finish it. Perfect setup from Whitaker. Perfect finish from the freshman.
With 1:22 to go in the second period now.
There's the look. Take it in slow-mo for you real quick. Whitaker, that's definitely a pass too, because he throws that on the net and Mariska just has his stick there.
So Darien with a lot of momentum. As I just said, minute 22 to go in the second period and a 2-goal lead. A lot to be happy with right now. The key is keep emotions out of the game and just play smart, and that's what the Wave did right there. Clearly some sets, trying to find players on the backside. It worked out. Refs conversing with the scoreboard operators. Darien will remain with the power play, 5-on-4 situation now.
Yeah, and how about that power play unit? They were on the ice for a long time, and they eventually capitalized, and that's huge with a minute 22 to go. Going into the third period with a 2-goal lead, just mentally is just a lot different. There's a lot of stoppages here in this game, long, brief pauses.
But we'll take a peer at this Darien line that's on right now. 4 seniors, Chris Davis, Asa Beach, Jonathan Araki, Tyler Rakeen, and then Tommy Holland, the junior, who's been on varsity since his freshman year. So a number of players with experience here for the Wave.
And we'll finally get back to the action. I think we'll confirm Mariska's goal once we hear it on the PA.
Walker will send that down. Hagerty leaves it out for Beach.
And there's the confirmation. Jack Mariska with the goal.
Tommy Holland to carry. Looks for Rakeen, that one ahead of him. And Prep going the other way. Can they build something here before the end of the period?
Be huge for them.
Chris Davis kicks it to himself. Davis cuts back. Tommy Holland. Darien taking their time here with the 5-on-4 still. Back along the boards. Naraki under pressure, he loses it, and it's taken away by McNicholas. Asa Beach putting a hit on, stolen away by Chris Davis. Davis trying to put it between the legs, that didn't work out. Fighting to keep it in the zone, they do. Rakeen out to Naraki, now McNicholas behind.
And Prep's just trying to get this period over with, keeping it a 2-goal deficit because they're down a man. Pretty much clock and penalty clock and the actual game clock are pretty much even. So
McNicholas chipping it up and over and out. 10 seconds to go in the period. 7 seconds on the power play. Holland getting into it with Murphy behind, and that should run the rest of the period. 2 scores
Chippy
from the Wave. 2-1 or 3-1, excuse me. Our score after 2. We'll be back just a few moments for the third period, and we'll give our second period analysis as well. Stay tuned.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and they offered to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continuing to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Back here live for the third and final period of play at the Wonderland of Ice. Darien currently leads Fairfield Prep, a score of 3-1 in a very chippy second period we had. Will, tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely very chippy. It's like I'm not going to have a ton of time to tell you the puck's already dropped, but as all we saw was as chippy as here's Prep fast off the draw.
McCarthy coming down, now a chance. Hagerty was there. And Reynolds will carry it around behind. We can touch on the chippiness a little later because Prep is coming out firing.
And I think they've got some newfound energy. As they're definitely angry with this score. As here's a good ripper.
Woodward kick save made by Hagerty. Here's Jonathan Naraki. Naraki a little dump and chase. He'll get after it. Cuts back. Down into the zone.
Darien's going to get a change here early.
Prep will go the other way with it. Huntington down. Here's a chance. Shot saved. I believe that hit off the face mask of Finley Hagerty.
As now Darien can push if they push it.
Whitaker, a little pass over to Matthew Fisher. Backhand and chase. Now round behind the net. Gardner-Ely will go back for it. Matthew Fisher. Darien in, onsides. Fisher takes a shot. That one dribbles through the legs of Carfey. Now in the corner, across the middle. Here goes Prep. Can they get it down? Yes, they can. Blake Baxey.
Good
a
pass.
backhander across and a shot save made.
And if you're Darien, you just got to limit Blake Baxey. He's a great feeder, great shooter as well.
Puck up top. Here's an opportunity. Down along the boards. High shot flying up and over. Now it'll go down the other way. Hudson Wingate will have to retrieve. Darien getting the full house change.
That was tipped. Shouldn't be an icing there. And Lancaster back on the ice with Schwinn and Mariska.
Now Mariska, Lancaster coming after it. 2-on-1. Mariska off the post. He started to celebrate, it seemed. He was ready to go, but that one off the woodwork and out of the way.
Yeah, that one just drew iron. Prep fortunate there because Mariska, not the guy you want to leave in the backside of a 2-on-1 break.
Whistle blown for the offsides. And we'll get ourselves a face-off.
Yeah, you see here.
But how about that? Mariska was able to get there. He almost put that one away. We're looking at the
Prep
Hagerty save.
I think this might have hit his face mask or maybe his upper shoulder. Yeah, I think it went just under his face mask and caught his guard. His neck guard.
Now Prep dumps that one all the way down. That'll be called for icing. He was just behind center ice. So we'll have a face-off down on the Prep side. 12:34 to go in the third period of play. Our score remains 3-1. Some more offense we're seeing right now from Fairfield Prep.
And I think that's what they need to do is kind of, you see they're kind of putting all their guys on offense. You see here.
Here they go. It's DeLuca now leading the charge the other way. He'll have to recover the puck after mishandling it. Yeah, Darien will take advantage of that.
Puck took an odd hop, unfortunately, for him.
Persinger. He was trying to find James Troy. Troy on the forecheck now. Elders trying to lay a hit. Persinger in on it. Ends up being a Shroggy who throws it down into the zone. Russell Tarrant. Tarrant, that one just behind Elders. They'll both go to the bench for a change. Darien, another full house.
Yeah, and what I was saying is Prep definitely putting a lot of guys more on the offensive end, and they're okay with Darien pushing in transition, as we saw with Mariska on that 1T. There's a save.
Now that one.
Yeah, Mariska, they're on that fast break. Prep is kind of just putting all their guys on one end and just making sure that they can get every offensive opportunity they can, because down 2 goals, you're really just worried about scoring. Defending comes second because you got to take risks here.
Now a little tie up on the face-off.
That was a quick one off the draw.
Here's Naraki. Dump and chase again for him. He'll get after it behind. Prep will come away. Lucas Carfey. I believe that was Donnelly that got rid of it. Rakeen trying to get the shot, puck slid away. And now Prep's going the other direction. Never mind that. Asa Beach intercepts the pass. And never mind that. Just a little rebounding action back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth play in that neutral zone.
Ends up in the Darien end. Rakeen up off the boards. Rakeen still fighting. His stick got held. Now him and Naraki with a 2-on-1. Rakeen top with the nip.
Shelf. Oh my goodness, Rakeen.
Wow.
Little toe drag.
Let's
swag.
take a look at that.
Top right. What a shot.
That's impressive.
We'll take a look here. Gets around it. Looks like he's going to make the pass to Whitaker. Says, I'm going to take it myself and snipe. Bart Izzle.
Looked off Naraki, Tyler Rakeen. How about that?
That's probably the best goal we've seen this year live for sure.
Nets his third of the season. Him and Mariska both with 3 now.
And this prep student section is silent.
That was a snipe from Tyler Rakeen, just showing off with that goal. And now the Wave with a 3-goal advantage, and Prep dug into a deeper hole.
You got to get one soon if you're Prep. You got to at least cut it to 2 so you can pull your goalie at some point. But you know, the game of hockey, it's never over.
Now it's back. Gardner Ely, backhander. That one stopped by Huntington. Now Prep on offense. Turned away. Here's Gardner Ely, the defenseman, leading the offensive charge. And Charlie Schwind offsides by inches. He tried to stay on. He just couldn't.
Hey, Darien definitely doesn't want to choke this one. They just got to keep defending here. You got a 3-goal lead. I know you want to get on the stat sheet, but I think just the most important thing to do here would be to defend as much as you can, as Lee Crody on the ice for the second time with Russell Tarrant and George Persinger.
Face-off 1. Chris Davis's shot flies wide. Great work by Whitaker to keep it in the zone for Darien. Davis fighting it away. Woo! Davis cutting back. Davis looking backside. No one home. Russell Tarrant back in. Here's Bobby Whitaker. Whitaker trying to move that to Chris Davis. He finds Chris Davis. Now over
pass.
Lee Crody. Can't hold on to it. And here goes Fairfield Prep the other way, led by Blake Baxey.
Good check from Tarrant.
Now a little poke away and hit from Bobby Whitaker. Puck stays in the zone though. McNicholas. Whitaker gets a nice touch on it. Darien gonna try to move offensively. Everyone getting a change. Chris Davis working on the forecheck.
That's just Darien. That's just the epitome of that Darien forecheck. They just work until you get off the ice. Chris Davis about to go for a change. He's tired and he just puts in the work.
Now cutting back across his back. He gets stopped. Darien going the other way. Here's Rakeen. Up off the glass, got a weird bounce. Pressure kept on by Tommy Bronca.
And Prep's just been pretty much non-existent on the offensive end here. As Baxey's, this is the guy you want if you're Prep.
Grafton Ely there to make the stop. Asa Beach. Excuse me, Bronca to Ely. Ely into the zone. Now Rakeen with a nice hit along the boards. Shot from Naraki, rebound. Naraki had it himself. His backhander went over. Jonathan Naraki and Tyler Rakeen making things happen.
Yeah,
Prep turning it up the other way.
Poke check from Ely.
No shortage of energy. Here's Elders coming down on a rush, gets stopped. James Troy coming across, puck's loose, dribbles by the post. Now back in the middle, Samame. Prep needs to get rid of it.
Wow, what a sequence
Puck
there.
goes up and out of play. How about that? Multiple opportunities, shots on shots on shots from the Wave, and they just couldn't finish them. Blue Wave with no shortage of momentum right now. Prep section quiet. And this is, if the score stays how it is, a statement game for the Wave.
This has been pretty one-sided. This could be a 5-1, even a 6-1 game if Naraki finishes that. Prep's got to get something going soon.
That one off the skate of Lancaster to Ely. Ely with a quick look up to Mariska, and they'll dump and chase off the top of the glass. Now Lancaster across to Mariska. That one picked off by Huntington down to the Darien zone. Holland will have to hustle up to get after it. Schwind controls. Schwind around the boards to the far side to Mariska. Mariska gets there. Darien Skating back behind the net right
that's a
now. He
trip.
goes down.
No call.
Doesn't get the call for it. Darien wants the call. They won't get it. Here go the Blue Wave on offense now.
Ref's got Prep money line there.
Charlie Schwind back behind the net. Leaves it out for Lancaster, who comes across in front. Shot from Matthew Fisher. Almost had it. Schwind once again possessing. Darien is
dominating.
Constant with the energy and the shots right now. As Lancaster gets hit, loses the puck.
Prep's got numbers. They got to push. Darien's gassed. It's as is Prep. They're going for a change.
Gassed too, as McCarthy is alone on the rush, pressured by George Persinger. Persinger getting after it. Matthew Fisher now. Now through the center. Persinger's there. Loses possession of it. Russell Tarrant is able to pick it up though. Down to Davis and down to Whitaker. Bobby Whitaker cuts back. Hesitating, taking his time, trying to find Davis. Deflected back to him. Now Persinger up top. We don't see his shot much as that one gets caught up in the crowd. Now a rebound from Whitaker. Save made by Heber.
Yeah, and Prep's just not doing a good job helping Weber right now. He's just been faced with shot after shot. It's another turnover.
Here's Tommy Bronco looking backside to Bobby Whitaker. He couldn't get on it. Bronco once again, now in the corner. They're pushing and shoving. That'll be a call in favor of the Jesuits.
And they needed that.
Tommy Bronco gave him a little too much strength. And Prep will have a 5-on-4 opportunity now.
Yeah, and I think Prep got to put one in here to make this one interesting because 3-goal deficit, 6 minutes to go. You got to put something in here, give him a shot to make this a 2-goal game. As this Darien penalty kill has been very strong, but their only goal they have lit up was also on the man down. As a timeout taken by Prep, I believe, to set up something. Yep. They know this is a must-score situation.
6:07 to go in the third period. 4-1 hour score. The Blue Wave with plenty of momentum right now. They've done a solid job on the kills today. They've been man down in multiple situations. They only gave up a goal in one of them. So we'll see what Prep is able to build up here.
Tommy's going to get 2 minutes there for cross-checking. Not a bad play by Bronco. Just aggressive. Got unlucky there. Back was turned. When you see the numbers, it's not always, you can't really cross-check, especially when they're facing the boards. Back on the ice come the Jesuits and the Blue Wave.
Now a face-off down on the Darien end. Prep quick to go. Woodward now up top. Helinski down, shot, save made. Hagerty in front. Hagerty can't get on it. Great reaction play from Jonathan Naraki to get that down and out.
That's exactly what Prep wanted there. The wrister from the high slot. They were looking for a rebound, which is exactly what they got. Just no one in front to put it away.
Down to Hagerty once again. Makes that one routine. Slap shot all the way the other way. Running more clock off, and with every second that passes, this game becomes more and more out of Fairfield Prep's reach.
As here comes the one guy that can change it.
Baxi across. Can he make something happen? Save made. Hagerty. Puck's still behind the net now. Up top with Helinski. Back to Baxi. Helinski. Oh. Shot deflected. That was a great deflection from Brendan Murphy. That one almost got through.
Indeed it was. Perfect deflection. Baxi threw it on net, and the deflection from Murphy. Quick reaction time from Hagerty, as that one's picked off from Grafton Ely.
Grafton Ely. Oh, you could tell he wanted to take a shot there. Instead, he'll go back, recover.
It's a smart play. Just get more time off the clock. No need to force anything.
Still 45 seconds to go. Here's Carfey. Excuse me, Huntington, as that shot is saved by Hagerty. Hagerty racking up some saves here to his stat line.
It's getting chippy in front of the net. Asa Beach goes down, and there's
that'll
a penalty.
Be a call on Beach. Here's a shot into the chest of Finley Hagerty, and Asa Beach not happy with that. He's arguing that a I believe it was number 24, William Huntington, who was in front of the net. They were battling it out. He's arguing that Huntington was doing the same, and he just went down.
Yeah, and for Darien here, now in the 5-on-3, that's the worst hole he could be in. I think it's time now for everyone's favorite part of the broadcast. Will's 3 stars of the game.
And there's still 4:32 to go, but I think we've got a few good stars picked out.
For sure.
We'll go over them in just a moment.
Almost time.
Now up top. Chance on the backside. That shot very far wide. Couldn't tell if that was a shot or a pass. Here's McNicholas over. Carfey carrying it down. Back up to Carfey. Over shot, save Hagerty. Darien gets rid of it. And a good burn early in the power play.
What they needed there. So now it's just a 5-on-4. Game's not over, but if they don't score here, very well could be, as that should go down for an icing.
So blown 1:18 to go in the Fairfield Prep power play, 3:50 to go in the game.
And this was the exact score. I remember as a freshman I was watching the state championship, Darien versus New Canaan. And Darien was down 4-1. They scored 2 quick goals and got it to 4-3 and almost got the 4th to send it to overtime.
I believe that was the FCAC.
All right. You really going to do that to me right now? Here's Baxi. So good with the puck.
Blake Baxi over to Brendan
There,
Murphy. Murphy's shot and a goal. And that's all you need. Now they're within 2 with 3:38 to go, and we'll take a look at this one.
That's all Baxi there, set that up, and that's exactly what Prep needed to put them within striking distance.
It appears we might be having some difficulties with our instant replay here. So we'll take this look.
Both Prep's goals assisted by Baxi. As you hear, great wrist shot, just right over the blocker side. So Dylan, when do you think Prep's going to pull their goalie?
2.5 minutes, I would say, are likely, unless they're able to net one at this point, because Prep is still fighting. This game is far from over.
Yeah, you got to get Baxi back on the ice if you want a chance, because he's generated both their goals, both assists.
And Prep is keeping that first line on the ice as Charlie Schwinn sends it down into the zone for the chase.
And Darien's definitely being smart with the dump and chases. They could definitely set up some offense, but they're being smart, just trying to kill as much time as possible, not allow fast breaks like this.
Leaves it out. Here's Baxi. Backhand pass across the middle. Hagerty was there. Makes the save on the ground.
Yeah, Baxi looking for his hat trick of assists there. And they're going to take him off the ice.
He'll finally get a break. Prep will bring on that second line. 3 minutes exactly to go in the game.
Yeah, Darien definitely doesn't want to choke like the Colts did against the Vikings. Big choke there. As here's Naraki.
Naraki and Bronca. As soon as you bring in this first line for Darien, things happen, and they have been happening this game. Here's Jonathan Naraki now behind. Prep section getting wild after that. Tommy Bronca.
That's a really smart play.
Going down from the hit.
Really smart play from Naraki. He saw Bronca didn't have his stick and just dumped it in.
Lee Crody ripping one into the corner. Naraki gets there. Crody and Naraki both eating hits. Things getting chippy here late in the game.
A lot of frustration here. There's a great move.
If you're Prep, you want to keep your composure because you still have a chance.
You need one soon.
Huntington down.
Drop from Lee Crody.
Prep waiting for the moment when they can pull James Heber. 2 minutes to go now.
Really haven't done much in the offensive zone since that second goal.
Lee Crody gets it all the way out and down for the icing.
That's definitely what Prep needed. Get the puck in the offensive zone, and if they win this faceoff, they can hopefully set up. Here's Baxi back in the game.
James Heber's looking to the bench to see if he can be pulled yet. It doesn't look like the Prep coaches want to.
I think they're going to see if they win the draw here, and then if they do, hopefully set something up.
Face-off one into the corner. Now across, Baxi, shot up and over. Samame goes back for it. He misses on it.
How about that? Coach Spud with the fourth liners in crunch time here. They've definitely proven they can hang with the big dogs.
They certainly have. Samame with a goal today.
Troy with the assist as well as here's Baxi.
Baxi so smooth the way he skates around the ice as his shot flies wide left.
Yeah, every time he touches the puck, you hold your breath for Darien.
Now a shot high, deflected up and out of play. And we'll get a face-off.
And Prep's going to keep him on the ice, as they should, because, to be honest, he's seemed to generate 80 to 90% of their offensive opportunities today. Clearly the best skater on the ice for them.
1:16 remaining in regulation. Heber is about 5 yards out from the net, ready to go. But Darien is relentless right now.
They've got it.
Even in the defensive zone, they're
and
not allowing many good shots.
Now you got to pull him.
Heber goes. Prep needs 2 goals. Now a shot from the point, covered up by Hagerty.
And he was screened. As now the Prep defense will get a change. Probably put in some better shooters. Not really worried about defense right now. If they score the empty netter, that happens. But as Heber will hesitate to go back to his crease, now he will. They'll take the skater off. They're going to wait to see if they can get possession off the draw. They're in student section.
They think it's over.
Prematurely waving goodbye. Don't want to jinx it.
As Heber's back in the net. Baxi loses it. Tommy Holland will skate it out.
Just dump and chase. There you go.
That could be the dagger dump right
Don't say
there.
that. Don't say that.
Darien possessing now. Bronca behind, goes down, gets tripped up. He is hurting. Not sure what or where it hit him. He was behind the net.
Tommy Bronca's down. 34 seconds to go in a 2-goal game.
Can't tell what he has injured. Bronca's career has been plagued with injuries, unfortunately.
And good to see him getting up. Helped off by Naraki and Rakeen, his line mates. 34 seconds to go. See Baxi chatting it up with Holland. Looks like 2 friends. I was talking to Mrs. Schwinn, said he played club hockey with those 2. So seems that there's with the bad blood, there's still some friends on the ice. Good to see.
You did see a lot of bad blood in this game.
Seemed to simmer down.
Seemed to simmer down after the second period, I was just going to say. And
that's good to see.
34 seconds to go. A show of strength from Darien offensively on a number of their shifts, and being able to utilize all 4 of those lines is something that Darien is certainly happy to see, especially considering that 4th line was doing a lot of creating.
Definitely creating one of those goals, and with this game winding down, definitely good for Coach Bud to see that 4th line. He can trust them now in future games.
Absolutely.
Especially when these guys are gassed.
Holland up top, chooses to dump it in. So does Whitaker. Bobby Whitaker gets hit late. That seems to be a theme, Will.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bobby.
The past 3 games we have announced, Bobby Whitaker has been getting hit.
Yeah, Bobby's
late.
just the target for some people, it seems. As here's Baxi.
Now inside, a chance to close the gap. 10 seconds to go.
This one's all but over, folks.
Gets it out. Naraki still working to the very end. Avoids a hit, too. And that will conclude this one. Final score from the Wonderland of Ice. 4-2 Darien.
Big win.
And an upset, I think we can agree on. Prep came into this game 3-0 with big scoring games so far. Darien held them to a season low 2 goals, and Darien put up 4 on Fairfield Prep in a very interesting game. Chippy won, a lot of action, a lot of shooting. Give me your final recap.
Yeah, just, I always do. We don't have the graphic today, but my 3 stars today, Tyler Rakeen, Blake Baxi for Fairfield Prep, as well as the goaltender for Darien Hagerty.
Finley Hagerty really stepping up in this one against a strong Prep team, and we'll see what continues. We will continue to see the developments with the Darien goaltending situation, but that should do it here from the Darien Ice House. Our crew today: Braden Shank, Liam Tomaszewski, Henry Imbrogno, Damian Andrew as always. I am Dylan DeRiso alongside Will Johnson. It's been a pleasure. DAF Media, of course, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a good night.